Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the contributors meeting. I'm going to be your host today. I'm Leo, and starting off with triage and discussions, we had for the previous week Dan and Keith. Let's see who's in the call. I don't see any of them in the call, unfortunately. So I guess let's skip and see if they joined a little later.
Keith
Uh,
is here.
Keith is here. Yes, sorry. Keith, anything to
Yeah,
add?
not really. Of the new issues that I looked at, it's yeah, business as usual. Just need to look at them. Somebody need to address them, and yeah, that's it.
Okay, thank you, Keith. Dan, I see you just joined. Anything to add this week for triage and discussions?
It was actually a pretty quiet week. I think people
Okay.
are checking out for the end of the year. We had a few small comments. We had an enhancement proposal, but it wasn't like a normal week. It was actually very quiet. Couple bugs closed. I'll get these stats updated, and then there were just a handful of relatively small PRs. So nothing that stood out as needing special attention. I think people are starting to quiet down to the end of the year.
Oh, thank you, Dan. All right, let's move you to the top. Okay. Oh, sorry. So thanks for that. And now we need to select who's going to be doing triage for next week. Any volunteers in the call? We need one for primary and another one for secondary. Ideally, someone from this list here. Okay, if so, no one. Yeah, I can do primary for next week, no problem. Any volunteers for secondary? Okay, let me go down the list. Panagiotis, are you in the call? I don't see him. Jonathan West, no. I think he should. Yeah, he's not in the call. John, Pasha, no.
Yeah, you can take me as a secondary. That's good.
Okay, yeah, thank you. All right, thanks everyone. So with that out of the way, let's move on to the, yeah, it looks like we have one topic for discussion today added by Katie. So Katie, you wanna have a few words about this?
Sure. That's all I need. I really just wanted to give a reminder to everybody that we have the Argo CD 2.10 release that's being cut on December 18th. So we're going to remove everything from the 2.10 column in the project board unless you claim it and plan on getting it squared away in time.
Cool. Thank you, Katie. All right, so we don't have any other planned topic for discussion. Anyone wants to bring up a last minute topic? We have some time. I see Alex in the call. Alex, sorry to put you on the spot, but I remember on KubeCon we discussed about that PR that I pushed to avoid having downtime while deploying Argo CD API server. And I spoke about that with you. Do you think you will have time to look into that PR to review it?
You want to have it for 2.10? That's why you're asking? Or in general?
It's more in general. If we make it for 2.10, it will be awesome, but we still need to maybe do a better testing there.
Yes,
I was mainly talking about reviewing code review.
15938. Yes. Thanks for reminding, and I have time to do it. Yep. So
Cool. Thank you.
I'll do it today. At least try it.
All right. So yeah, this is something that we faced. We faced a recent problem at Intuit with users complaining about that downtime. That's when we discussed internally in the team, and the reason why I pushed that PR. Okay, cool. Thanks, Alex. Any other topic anyone wants to discuss?
We have a topic to discuss. This is about one of my old PRs. I wanted to see if this is relevant, and so that as the holidays are coming, I thought I'll make some a contribution to this.
Okay. Do you have the link, Rabi?
Yeah, I posted it in the
Oh, okay.
Zoom channel. I'll probably
Yeah.
put.
Found it.
So there was a PR that I made for this sometime back, but unfortunately, because of the change in the teams, I couldn't get to a closure. But I thought I'll get that closure at least now when I get time. So is this still relevant in terms of making the metric provider connection information via environment pairs?
So this is to be able to configure the metric provider as environment variable. Is that all?
Yeah,
related to
that is.
this?
Yeah, correct. Basically, today we had to either pass in that information in the Argo Argo rollouts deployment
Mhm.
or
In the config map, I think.
in the
right?
config map. Yeah, right.
Mhm.
But this is another way that we wanted to do it earlier, and today we are supporting this config map only for Prometheus, I believe. I don't know if we support for other use cases. So I thought I'd like I'd bring it up. For Prometheus, at least it was resolved, but rest of the other providers, do we want to do this? Is the question.
So from Jesse's comment here, it seems the motivation is to eliminate the need to look up secrets from the controller, right? So you inject during Bootstrap, and that's it. So you don't keep looking up at secrets modification, I guess.
Right.
I see. Yeah, I don't think this is irrelevant at this point. If Jesse created, there was probably reason. It's not too old. It's 2022. I can double check with Zach and get back to you, Ravi.
Yeah, sure. Sounds good.
Okay.
That is one, and there is another issue. Probably I'll post it again in the Zoom, but I'll update back there in the top.
Okay, let me see.
So this is a common error we are seeing predominantly, at least in Intuit, that whenever there is a failure, there are different error conditions that we are seeing. It would be good to kind of solve this, and I just like to get some thoughts around this.
Yeah, this I think it's important to have. I mean, the better quality of message that we return from those analysis runs, the better for every Argo rollouts user to understand what's going on. Right now, users really need to understand how the metrics work. Right, it's really low level type of message that we return back to the user, and I think that was my motivation when I created the ticket. Yeah, we have a comment here. Interesting. There's one person with no PR pushed, but I think this is relevant. We know, right? In adding to it, this is a common issue. Users don't don't really understand why the rollout is failing, because the message is really low level Prometheus related stuff. So do you have any thoughts about how to address this and implement this feature?
Yeah, I mean, I'll update this issue. If you think this is relevant now, we'll go ahead and update the issue with the details on my
Okay. No, I think it's super relevant. I know there's a different front in work, but using a totally different strategy to provide better messages for users, and not really only in rollouts, but in Argo CD. But I still think this is relevant for sure.
I would chat with Zach. I think that Zach actually spent significant time looking into a possible implementation of improving that error message and found that it is shockingly, surprisingly difficult to do it in a satisfying way. So at least chat. I could be misremembering, but at least chat with him and make sure he hasn't already dug deep into it.
Okay.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, let's have a call with Zach and discuss about this. I can remember him about it, and we can have a channel between us to discuss, Ravi, if that's okay.
Yeah, sure. Sounds good.
All right, cool. So let me add this to the doc. All right, so any other topics someone wants to bring up? All right, so if not, I'll give these minutes back in your day, and yeah, we need to see how that's gonna look like for the next week contributors meeting. If that event, yeah, it's gonna be December 21st. I think it's totally fine to have that next week, but the week after, as it's gonna be in the middle of the holidays, then we have to decide. But I think next week it's still okay. But yeah, with that, see you next week, everybody.
Thanks, Leo.
Thank you. See you. Bye.